So what is the set theory? Set is a word all of you must have heard a lot of times. Basically, it talks about collection of objects. So it could be anything. It could be months in a year, days in a week, or it could be a numerical set like shown here. A is given by 1357. You can describe it in words by saying all the odd numbers below 8. So basically this has 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 4 elements. So it is a finite set. Now similarly, there could be an infinite set. Extending this example further, let us define set B, which is set of all odd numbers. So it will have infinite number of elements. Now, number of elements are basically size or order of the set. So here in a finite set, it can also be denoted as cardinal number. So here A, that is the cardinal number, is 4. Now, this set theory was initiated by Cantor, and it has proven to be a very vital component in logic, etc. Now, typical examples of set could be set of natural numbers, set of integers, set of rational numbers, set of real numbers, etc. There are different types of sets. So we have already looked at finite and infinite set. There is an empty set where there is no element. If the set has only one element, it is called a singleton set. Now compare two sets. If the elements of those two sets are identical, they will be called equal sets. While if the elements are different, but the number of elements is identical, then they will be called equivalent sets. Now a power set is a set of every possible subset. So what is a subset? We will be talking about it in a minute or so. Now there's also universal set, which consists of all the possible sets together. Now there are certain operations, and these operations have certain notations. For example, this represents A union B. As the name talks about union, it basically means combining the elements. So for example, if the set A is given by 1357 and set B is given as 2357, then what will be A union B? Correct. All the elements, that is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Similarly, there is another operation called intersection. So intersection basically talks about the common elements in the two sets. So if you look at set A and if you look at set B, what is A intersection B? Well, you can see that 3, 5 and 7 are common elements. So the set consisting of 3 elements, namely 3, 5 and 7, is going to be A intersection B. Now there are notations such as A is a subset of B, or A is a proper subset of B, A is not a subset of B, etc. This phi basically denotes an empty set. Now, whenever an element belongs to a set, you can denote it in this manner. Suppose A, small a, belongs to the set capital A, we will say A belongs to A. Or small b, if it doesn't belong to the set capital B, we will say B does not belong to B. Also A minus B. So suppose that B is a subset of A, then all the elements in A which do not belong to B will be A minus B. Or in other words, it can also be denoted as only A. We can use Venn diagrams to represent these things. So if you remember, if you draw two circles and the portion of intersection is basically denoting intersection of two sets, etc. Now, If there is no intersection between two sets A and B, that means if the intersection is null, if it is an empty set, then you can say that A and B are disjoint sets. They do not have any element common. Similarly, D is a set which has three elements, 1, 3, 5. Now, can you look at set A and set B and tell D is subset of one of these two sets? So can you identify, is it a subset of A or is it a subset of B? Well, clearly it is a subset of A because this element 1 does not belong to B. So D cannot be subset of B. And the name subset itself tells you that it's a small set within the big set. So if D is subset of A, you can say it the other way, A is superset of D. So in this manner also, you can talk about it. Now, when you say D, so in this example, for example, D is not a subset of B. Now, here, the element 1 belongs to the set A. This is what is represented here. Similarly, the element 1 does not belong to B. This is what is represented in this notation. Now, sets can be represented in two ways. One is the roster form, where you simply list the elements. For example, here A is written in the roster form in this manner, 1, 3, 5, 7. Then there is another form called set builder form. So here you basically describe the elements in terms of a property. For example, here you can say that A is equal to A such that A is 2n minus 1, where n belongs to the set of natural numbers, and n is less than or equal to 4 and greater than or equal to 1. So here basically n takes 4 values, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you substitute these 4 values here, each one of them will give you one element from set A. For example, if I put n is equal to 1, 2 into 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1. If I put n as 2, 2 into 2, 4 minus 1 is 3, and so on and so forth. So these are two representations of sets. Now, let us consider a universal set, which consists of a set of months in a year. And let us say that A is a set of all those months which have 31 days. For example, January or March, May, etc. Then A complement is a set which belongs to you, but which has no elements common with set A. So can you identify what will be A complement? Which months would be part of A complement? So correct, February, April, June, etc. All these months are going to be part of A complement. Now there is a set formula as well. So if n denotes the number of elements, the number of elements of A union B is sum of number of elements of A, number of elements of B, and you have to subtract the number of elements in A intersection B. So this is a simple set formula. So now, what all have you understood? You've understood what a set is. You can give some examples of sets. You know different types of sets, their notations of operations such as A union B, A intersection B, A subset of B, etc. You can represent a set in roster form as well as set builder form. And you know concepts such as a disjoint set, complement of a set, empty set, singleton set, what are equal and equivalent sets, what's the difference, or a power set, which is basically set of every possible subset, etc. And then there are different formulae. One of the most important formula being number of elements of A union B is number of elements of A plus number of elements of B minus number of elements of A intersection B. So let us learn about more things in next session on sets.